country. In front, number 23 from the state of Virginia is David Bailey. Two Californians behind him, Brock Glover and Rick Johnson from up the road in El Cajon, California. They take the lead as the 36 riders go out in the first of the two motos which make up a Grand Prix motocross event. Two separate races, about 20 laps each, around a serpentine course, 1 mile in distance, a treacherous string of sandy hills, muddy gulches and gullies, and rutted rocky straightaways, a physical test for every motorcycle racer in this race. I'm Jim Lampley, and here with me to call the action is ABC's motor racing expert, Sam Posey. Sam, 3 Americans out in front.
Jim, and David Bailey, who's leading now, a very introspective young man. Not the sort of person you would think would be suited to this rough and tumble sport. Bailey is the sort of guy that films his own performances and studies them in the cloister of his library afterward. It's hard to believe that a man that thinks that way could explode with such violence on a track like this.
This is one of 12 races which make up a World Grand Prix circuit and lead to a World Championship in the sport. But this one's very different from all the rest, largely because of the physical properties of this course. No other Grand Prix motocross race is run on a course quite like this one. It is sandy and quite treacherous, and indeed, Sam Posey, dangerous for the riders.
And most dangerous, Jim, at this point here as they go down what is the fastest part of the track, descending rapidly into this tight turn, which has been the undoing of a great many riders through the year. Really, the track is always going either uphill or downhill. You see it reversing itself now, coming back downhill. In the past, the downhills have proven to be the most dangerous. The weight of the rider tends to be pitched forward on the bike, putting all the pressure on the front wheel, and it makes it harder to control the bike.
You may see a difference in style among the riders as the race progresses. The European riders tend to be somewhat more conservative. The Americans will take more chances as things develop. And now as the 3 Americans come by in the lead, I'm here just a few feet from the finish line from these bleachers. You'll hear a huge roar every time Americans go by in the lead, because much of the drama of this event stems from the confrontation between two separate cultures. One, the European princes of motocross, who are used to racing before 50,000 or more every weekend on motocross courses all across Europe. Two, the small army of American motocross racers, most of them from California, who look forward to this one chance every year to race against the Grand Prix racers and knock them off here on their home turf. Really makes for a confrontation of cultures which is unique in this sport and makes this event one of the most important in Grand Prix motocross racing. Sam Posey is very close to me at another point on the track. And Sam, are they coming to you now?
As David Bailey literally flies toward my position here in what they call the Devil's Drop. You see him there, closely pursued, over the drop. It raises the question of pacing in this event, which is so physically demanding. Garrett Walsing, the great champion who won this race 5 times, once told me that his secret was to lay out of the pace a little bit in the first moto, saving his energy for the second moto. It may be today that it's not the fastest rider that will win this race, but rather the man that can pace himself the best.
On the second of the approximately 20 laps, which will make up this first moto, Bailey in the lead, but now Ricky Johnson is going by him, and you have a new leader, number 17 in the yellow. That is Rick Johnson, who has gone into the lead in front of David Bailey as the Americans continue to dice with each other well in front of their European challengers early in this first of 2 motos which make up the Grand Prix. 2 separate races. An overall champion will be determined at the end of the day based on combined finishes in the 2 races. But for those who are chasing the World Championship, both races are equally important. And there goes Ricky Johnson down into the dirt. Bailey goes back by him into the lead. Brock Glover has moved by into second place. And already we are seeing action all over the course. Still in the early stages of the first moto, one of the 2 separate races that make up the United States Grand Prix motocross. You just saw the leader, David Bailey, going by. Here is another American, Johnny O'MARA, in second place. Tight battle now developing for third between number 18, Brock Glover of El Cajon, California, and number 2, MALHERBE of Belgium. MALHERBE, our first look at him, is the World Championship points leader and the European given the best chance of upholding the honor of that continent against the young Americans who are becoming dominant here in this race in Carlsbad. Until a few years ago, no American had ever won this event, and the dam was broken by a time, Americans have become more and more dominant. In fact, given the danger of this course, Malherbe may be racing more to pad his World Championship points lead than to actually try to win.
True, Jim, but I think Malherbe has a number of American backers. You see him here. He's trying very hard against Brock Glover. He came on the inside. He's definitely taken Brock Glover and moved into third. I don't think he likes racing in the United States so very much. In Europe, he's the king. He has a big ego. He's treated very well over there. When he comes here, he's pretty much overshadowed by the Americans, and he never really seems happy here.
Right now, he has moved into third place. The happy element of that for Malherbe is that it will give him an opportunity to do what he wants to do here, add his lead over the other European racers who are pressing him for the World Championship in the sport. Right now, let's take an aerial look at the Carlsbad Raceway with Sam Posey.
Well, Jim, it's set in a dusty valley about 3 miles from the nearest towns or subdivisions, and the track repeatedly winds up the valley sides and then doubles back down steep descent. There are no straights here, just turns and tighter turns. The most distinctive and treacherous of these have earned names throughout the years, and repeating the litany of these names: Rattlesnake Gulch, Angel's Drop, the Freeway, the Ledge, gives you some idea of the way the riders feel about this place, which is at once both beautiful and deceptive, fun and frighteningly dangerous. Average speed, about 30 miles an hour.
Though it seems faster, with riders strewn all over the course, and the leaders approaching Sam Posey's position now at Angel's Drop.
David Bailey approaching. You see him soaring into the air there. The paradox of this turn is that despite the flight of the bikes, which looks so frightening, it's actually one of the few moments on the lap around this track where the bike is not being subjected to the vibrations of the surface itself. In other words, it's a relaxing moment in a way for the rider. You can't afford to relax for too long, though, in the air, because like a skier, the motorcyclist must get his bike down on the ground in order to get traction, in order to get forward motion.
As you watch David Bailey in the lead, you're watching one of the smoothest and most stylish of all the motocross riders. See how gently he eases the bike over Angel's Drop, looking back for a moment there at the rear tire. Now he's slowing down, and Bailey has come to a stop directly in front of me. Obviously some mechanical problem with the bike. Hard to tell exactly what it is, but just like that, David Bailey has casually abdicated his lead in the United States Grand Prix Motocross, and the new leader is another American, number 16, Johnny O'MARA. It's Carlsbad on the last lap of the first moto. Number 16, Johnny O'MARA, is 23 years old from Simi Valley, California, been racing motocross for 15 years. He's about to get one of the biggest thrills in his racing career, because he is going to be the winner of this first moto. He will take the checkered flag ahead of number 2, Andre Malherbe of Belgium, who is the World Championship points leader, and will pad that lead with this second place finish. None of the top Americans you're seeing here race on the World Grand Prix circuit. Not O'MARA, not Rick Johnson, who is going to finish third in this moto, not National 500cc champion Brock Glover, who is going to finish